I was so embarrassed. One time, hanging out with friends, I completely mispronounced a word. The stress was wrong. The sounds were wrong. It wasn't even close. And it was a grammar word. And I teach English. We all make mistakes, especially when it comes to pronouncing words, even native speakers of English, even adults. So this video is for you, my students, non-native speakers of English who are sometimes embarrassed when they mispronounce a word. You are not alone. Today, we're going over 9 words that Americans have mispronounced. You'll learn about pronunciation, you'll learn some new vocabulary words, and if you're a native speaker and you have a story of mispronouncing a word or hearing one mispronounced, please put it in the comments below. I love collecting your stories. As always, if you like this video or you learned something new, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe with notifications on. I'd love to see you back here. The word I mispronounced was this one. Guess how it's pronounced. It's a noun, and it means a verb being used as a noun. It's used to express something generalized. Learn, learning, for example. I'm learning to drive. There, it's a verb, but I could say the best learning happens in the real world. The best learning. There, I'm using learning as a noun. This word is pronounced gerund. And when I was hanging out with some friends one weekend, I said garooned. Wrong consonants, wrong vowels, wrong stress. I got everything wrong. So the camera wasn't rolling when I said it, but it was rolling when my friend brought it up again later to make fun of me. She has pie in her mouth, so it's a little hard to hear, but she says, garooned. And I say, I was waiting for that to come up.
Garooned. I was waiting.
Probably garooned.
I was waiting for that to come up.
So don't be like me. It's gerund.
Garooned. We're just gonna every once in a while text each other randomly the word garooned.
Gerund. I had never heard this word spoken before. I'd only ever seen it written. I came to the conclusion my pronunciation, my wrong pronunciation, was influenced by my study of German. And since I studied German in a classroom as an adult, it's possible I heard this word pronounced in German. Listen to it.
Gerundium.
The first 2 syllables Americanized is the pronunciation I chose.
Garooned. I was waiting.
Probably garooned.
I was waiting for that to come up. I am not taking the time to explain that. That is getting edited out. Garooned. We're just gonna every once in a while text each other randomly the word garooned. Alright, I'm gonna sit down now. Let's hear about these.
I will never live that down. The phrase to live something down is almost always used in the negative. I'll never live that down. You won't live that down. And it means live long enough to wipe out memories or effects of something. I will never live that down. My friends will always remember that about me, and probably they'll always make fun of me for that. Let's get into a few mispronunciations that you all suggested in comments to other videos. One of you suggested chic, SH consonant E vowel K, a word of French origin. Dictionary.com gives just one pronunciation of it, chic. I've also heard this word mispronounced.
This chic, 11,000 square foot house has 5 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms.
This word is chic, not to be confused with cheek or chick, a baby chicken. Chic, very fashionable, stylish. Do you know anyone who's especially chic? Here are a few examples of the correct pronunciation.
Men who I think are chic and inspiring.
While women paraded down the boulevards wearing these chic new gowns.
Make it a little more chic.
The glasses are basically a chic round frame.
Have you ever noticed with ES words like espresso, especially escape? These words are sometimes pronounced as if the S were an X. KS instead of S. That's not the pronunciation. The drink is espresso. There's no K sound in it. Espresso, not espresso. espresso. That's mixing up two words, espresso and express. So you don't want to say,
I'm like an espresso in parking validation while you wait.
It's an espresso coffee.
When I'm doing an espresso or any of my opinion pieces.
And then I give them an espresso.
Try espresso. You know, I just want to emphasize again, I like to show clips of people mispronouncing words to normalize it. These are not dumb people. English is just hard. So for all my students studying English as a foreign language, even we as native speakers, we get you. It's tough. Let's hear some examples of correct pronunciation of espresso.
I like half a shot of espresso in the morning.
It's like a little shot of espresso.
A lot of times we use an espresso wash.
These are locally roasted dark espresso beans.
Especially, not especially, not
especially in places like Afghanistan.
This word means particularly. I love roses, especially red ones.
So what I see happening online today is especially heartbreaking.
Here are some things that I did nutritionally that were very impactful, especially when I was in medical school.
And that danger is especially great.
Especially if it's a book.
Especially experiments.
And one more like this, escape. This one's confusing. There is a K sound, but it comes after the S, not before. Escape. Escape. To get away, to avoid capture. Not escape. Escape. So not
escape this vicious cycle.
Escape.
I had to escape.
But instead,
escape. To escape.
To escape.
An escape hatch.
To escape.
Okay, this next one, Big Mac, thank you for your suggestion. People are all over the place with this one. And so are dictionaries. Dictionary.com and the Cambridge Dictionary give one pronunciation, but it's not the same pronunciation. Dictionary.com says it's eschew. Cambridge says it's eschew, so different vowels in the first syllable. This word, by the way, means to intentionally avoid something, to give something up. I'm eschewing dessert this month to lose weight. For example, Oxford varies a bit. They give us eschew, yet another different vowel in the first syllable. They also say eschew is the correct pronunciation. And Merriam-Webster gives us eschew and eschew, two more acceptable pronunciations. That gives us a total of 6 pronunciations listed in dictionaries, and there's little overlap from dictionary to dictionary. That's rare. I don't think I've ever come across another word where there's such little agreement among major dictionaries on pronunciation. With this in mind, I guess maybe there's no wrong pronunciation. I think you could reasonably defend any of these 6 options. So what's most common? I went to one of my favorite research sites, Youglish, and I found this pronunciation breakdown. Eschew is definitely the most common pronunciation in American English, even though some of the major dictionaries don't even list it as a pronunciation. This is a pretty sophisticated word, so I'm guessing it might be new to a lot of my students. Remember, the definition is to avoid something, to give something up. We're going to listen to 10 examples now, real-life examples, so you can see different situations and sentences to build your understanding of how to use this word. You'll hear a couple different pronunciations.
I don't even think we have to eschew experiments entirely.
Let's eschew this false choice between the heart and the head.
If we continue to eschew science, eschew the process.
And I think we ought to eschew.
I eschew using Microsoft Word.
And the sooner we eschew our narrow view of evolution.
I was going to use the word diva, but I'm told you guys both eschew that word diva.
Campaigns eschew issues to make people feel good about candidates and themselves.
They eschew violence and terrorism.
Who want to eschew the gendered nature of Spanish.
And now we're going to move on to one that has more to do with writing. Do you know these 2 words? Americans sometimes mix them up in writing, and it's easy to see why. One of them is loose, and the other one is lose. One is spelled with 1 O and the other 2, but the difference in pronunciation isn't the vowel, it's the ending consonant. One is an S, loose. the other is a Z, lose. The one with one O, the verb, has the Z pronunciation. When the final sound is voiced, like here, z, 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 that's a voiced sound, the Z, it tends to make the vowel longer. So think of the oo vowel being longer here than in loose, which is the opposite of what you might think because it's written with just one letter O and the other with two. But the vowel here is longer. Lose, with the weak ending Z. This is a verb and it means to come to be without something, to fail to retain something. Sample sentences, I might lose my job. I'm ordering 2 pair because I know at some point we'll lose one of his mittens. Past tense, lost. Drop the E, add a T, and the vowel changes. Now, ah as in father. This can be a trick you use to help you in writing. If it's the verb, if you can make it a past tense with lost, 1 O in lost, so 1 O in lose. That might keep you from accidentally spelling with 2 O's. With 2 O's, loose. The ending is the S sound. This is most commonly an adjective meaning free, released, not secure, not tight. Buying shoes for Stony, we have to check, are they too tight, too loose, or just right? Recently, I found my colleague Tom, who's been teaching American English pronunciation with me for over 10 years, mispronouncing a word. I was listening to some audio he'd recorded for the Academy. We have lots of audio training in the Academy at rachelsenglishacademy.com, and he recorded this word. In American English, it's pronounced nauseous with the SH sound. Tom said nauseous, similar to sh, sh, but there's voice in it. Sh, 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 sh. 2 different sounds. I did see in the dictionary that zh is an acceptable pronunciation in British English, but of all the clips I found online, I only found one example of that. In all the others, it was an SH or this very British pronunciation.
Nauseous.
In American English, it's with the SH sound, nauseous. But look at this. The noun, nausea. The zh sound is now the most common pronunciation of this word. Nauseous, adjective, nausea, noun. Nausea, a feeling of sickness in the stomach. Nauseous, an adjective, feeling that sickness. I feel nauseous. I feel like I might throw up. Is there a word you've mispronounced terribly? Put it in the comments below. Let's support our brave learners of English by sharing our own embarrassing stories. It might even inspire a future video here on YouTube. Click the I here if you want to see other videos with examples of words that Americans sometimes mispronounce. And follow me anywhere or everywhere. Keep your learning going with this video. I make new videos on the English language once a week here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe with notifications to catch them all. I love being your English teacher. That's it, and thanks so much for using Rachel's English.